B is equal to B, HTML, HTML, C, and D, HMLT, HMLT. So which syntax is correct here for preparing the HTML element?
Yes.
A. Yeah, that's correct. A is the correct. And one more thing is, um, yeah. So preparing the, if I'm going to tell to the browser, take this document as a HTML. So which kind of syntax we are using for that? So doc type XML, some doc type HTML, doc type XHTML, doc type hex h something. Just I'm going to, I didn't mention anything. So which kind of syntax we have to follow? A, this is the A, and this is the, so I want to tell to the browser, take this as a HTML code. Say, just consider this is a doc type is equal to HTML. So which one is the correct answer? B. Yeah, correct. B is the correct answer. If anyone having any doubt, you can speak to me. That's no problem. Just I'm giving the 5 minutes time for the just for questions. That's it. Okay. So one more thing is, um, so again, this syntax is correct or not? So A or B is correct. Just confirm it whether A is correct or B is correct. Just assume that I didn't give the A or B. So this is the A and this is the B. So I just wanted to print this some kind of a strong. I mean, I wanted to print this some text which is in the strong format. So for that, I'm going to which kind of sorry. Otherwise, I'm instead of this strong in the sense that should be in the body. So I have to give the body section here. Uh, something I did this something I did the some different format. So so which one is A is the correct or B is the correct?
Bees.
Yes, yeah, B is the correct. And yeah, very simple thing. And may I know? So what is the? There is a two tags which is available in HTML. The main important tags. There is so I think yesterday I have given. So there is a two tags. So there is two tags. I mean two elements. You can say that if you are not understand the tags, there is a two elements which are the important two elements. I mean, sir, which are the two important child elements in the HTML. So what is that? So I'm saying
Head,
that, yeah, correct. Someone is saying that, correct. Head and one more thing is head
body.
is the, yes, head and correct. Head is the head and body. So head and body is the important. So these are the child elements in the HTML. Okay. So in the body section, so in the body section, so if you wanted to print the any data, so if you wanted to print the if you wanted to show the something content in the web browser, then we can go to the body section. If you wanted to print the, if you wanted to maintain the metadata about the document, about the, I mean, web page, then we can go to the head section. Metadata in the sense, for example, it won't be show anything in the web browser. It is going to be it's going to be control the web document, but it won't be show, we can't show the content into the document. Okay, for example, yesterday I did this some meta space and right, a character set etf file. So that means that, so when you are going to give that kind of element, it will support that document, which it will support all the languages with the all the symbols and expressions, some syntaxes, everything we can. So for example, if you, so US, the guy, they are going to use the dollar symbol. Indian currency, we are going to use the rupee symbol. So this kind of, you know, syntaxes, everything, we are going to take the help of the that meta tag. Not only in that, we are having the we are having the different users about the header section. So we will come to this header section. So coming to the body, so whatever, if you wanted to show the whatever, if you wanted to see that, you know, you wanted to see the something, uh, content in the web browser. So for example, just now I have opened the website as something web browser. So this content, everything, this is in the body section. Okay, so for example, if you see that, I'm going to, this is the our project. So I'm going to create this project the next week, Monday. So this week entirely I'm going to explain the HTML and CSS basics, and the next week Monday I'm going to create this project. Okay, so it will take the one class. So for that, so before that we should know the basics. So whenever you are going to the project anything, so if you are not familiar with this project, just if you are, whatever you are going to project. So for example, let me open the google.com. So everyone know about this google.com. So where you are going to, where you can check the content of the particular website. So question is question simple thing, question is where I can check the content of the web application. Question, so where I can check the content in the sense whatever's in this content, where I can check that particular website. So just right click, go to the inspect. So last option is the inspect. Click on inspect. You can see the multiple windows. So apart from that, click on elements. These elements which represents the content of that web application. This web application. So it will represent the content of this web application. Right. So it contain to the head and body section, and even it maintain the doc type is called HTML. Okay. So header and body section. So in the body section, this having this some different things. So their code. Okay, where we can see that into the element section. Right. The same way our project also, right click of the inspect element. So our project related inspect element. So this project related, content. So where I can see, in the sense I can see under the some element section. So for creating the content, we are going to use the HTML. Right. So the main thing, HTML content to the two elements, that is header section and body section. So whatever write in the code, that should be in the body section. Okay, so now come back to the our basics. So our class. So let me open the project. So anyone having any uh, challenges while you install the VS Code? Anyone face any challenges? So any links? Anyone having any problems when you are downloaded or anything? So if you have any problems or download issues, anything, so we can discuss after our class. Okay. So let me go to the, so yesterday project. So yesterday, whatever I have created the folder, right? So I'm going to open the our code into the VS Code, right? The first step is we need to open that code into the VS Code, right? So for that, I'm going to the my physical folder. So I'm going to my physical folder. So this is the where I have, so this file I have created yesterday. So I'm opening this into the VS Code right now. So for that, let me open the VS Code. So this software I have installed yesterday. So I'm going to open the VS Code. Just click on that VS Code. So click on that. First click. So how to open the, so whenever you're saying that, don't tell to the, this is the web page. Just in terminology, we have to say that this is a kind of a, we can say that repository terminology. I'm saying that when you're saying the folder, so don't say the folder. So folder, we can't say that in the real-time scenarios. We will say that either project or repository. So generally we say that folder, but we have to say that either project or repository. Okay, so our terminology. So I'm going to the our repository. I'm going to the HTML repository. This repository contain to the some files. I'm going to open to the I'm going to open the repository. So whenever getting the project in the real-time scenarios, people say that just open the repository. They won't say that open the folder. They said that repository. Okay. So let me go to the open that folder. So file, I'm going to the repository. So let me take that physical path. Where is that exactly? Copy and paste here. So just select folder. That's it. So my project is, so now I can open the I can open that repository. Okay, so now I open the repository, so it contains the index.html. So always you keep in mind the file extension should be the HTML. Don't create with the Word document or Excel document and write the code into the Excel document and Word document. So you have to prepare the code under the HTML extension only. So file extension should be the HTML, right? So now back to the our application. So yesterday what where we have done, so I have discussed about the section, right? So after that I have discussed about the article. So just let me open that into the our web browser. So whatever writing the code, HTML code, that we have to, so that will be, that will be the content. So we are going to see this output into the browser. Okay, so right click for opening the browser. Yesterday what I did, I have created the plugin from the extensions yesterday class. So that plugin name is live server. So if you type the live server, so whenever downloading the plugin, everything your internet should be enabled. So without the internet you can't download this everything. Your internet should be able, when you are going to click on live server, if you have the internet connection, then only you will get the this kind of plugins. Okay, so while you are going to install the plugin, okay, so go to that live server. So we are having the different things. So live server, just to see this icon, that's it. So live server, and you have to install. I have installed yesterday. Okay, so once you have installed, why in the sense, I need to open this web page in the browser. So I need this something, I need the URL, right? I need the domain. So I need the domain. So for the domain related, I have created the live server. Okay, so now once this is completed, I wanted to show this, whatever the content I have prepared, I wanted to see this into the browser. So for that, right click, open with live server. Okay, so it will open, it will redirect to the, it will be open this code into the web browser. Okay, so it will take some time. Now it open. So domain essence, this one. Okay, so for this I have created the live server. Okay, so come back to the application. So now if you see, this is the our output yesterday what we have prepared. Okay, now back to the our application. So I'm going to take this is the left side for preparing the code something. I'm going to open the browser into right side. Okay, that's it. So that's it. Whatever I'm going to write the changes, I can see that changes into the right hand side web browser. Okay, now so come back to the here our application. Here I'm going to tell you the one small point here. Whenever we are writing the code, right? So if you want to make the relationship between to the something, if you wanted to say that, so for example, if you see that HTML, in the HTML, if you see the header tag, if you see that there is, I have given the some spaces actually. So actually, what is the meaning of in the sense? This is whenever you work in the projects or something, you need to differentiate. So which is the something parent and which is the child or something. If you want to differentiate that, you can make the some spaces. So I'm going to make the some spaces. So it indicates that. So in the HTML, header section is the kind of a child element. Okay. So in the header section again, meta is the one kind of child element, and the title is the one kind of a child element in the header section. So just I have given the spaces like this. Okay, if you wanted to, if you wanted to, make the some format or this document, otherwise, so you don't want to make the spaces or something. So it is, it's look like good, right? So HTML, in the HTML header section is the one kind of a child element. In the header section again, head section, and again meta and title is the one kind of child elements. Okay, this is I can do, we can do that by manually, or we can do by using this some kind of a option that is called as a format document. if you click on format document, right, what will happen, like a Word document, when you are going to format the Word document, how it's look like, the same way Word document or something different, we can make the format, right, the document. So this also in the HTML also we can make the format. So format document in the sense, when we are going to click on format document, so automatically it will be adjusted, so based on the code. So you no need to give the explicitly, no need to give the spaces or something. So now I can feel that. So HTML is contain the head section, and again it contains the body section. Again it contains the H1. So again come back to the head section. So section, this element contain to the H2 element and P element. Again paragraph content to the strong. So everything I can do by using the right click format document. Okay, so even I can make the some based on this id. What is the one more advantage in the sense, if you see that, if I'm going to near see that 1 comma 2, so sorry, if you see that there is a expand and collapse something indications will be there. So if I'm going to click on that, see that when I'm going to click on that, see that when I'm going to click on that, so clearly I'm saying that, so clearly I know that this HTML I can collapse that. Again if you expand that, see that I'm having the two elements, head element and body element. Okay, again head element, if you just only expand this head element, you can expand, I can see that. Okay, I'm having the meta and title. So you can collapse again. You can, if you want to expand, you can expand. I can again, if you see that this is, I'm having the h1 tag, and so I'm having the section. So again if you wanted to collapse, so just one collapse, and this one also you can collapse, this one also collapse, this one also collapse. So real time scenarios, what will happen, right? So when, so today you are going to, you got the some task, so your team leader said that something, just prepare the one kind of a section. So you prepared something. So if you wanted to make the some comments, something, if you want to prepare the comments, so something comment, this is for something, I'm going to make the some comment here. This section is for the demo class. So just I've given the some comment. So you can give the some comment like this. So if you wanted to give the some comment to the another section, another area, yeah, you can give the comment to the another area also. So this article. So main thing again, come back to the here section. What is the difference between section and article in the sense? Both are useful for to group the content, but the whatever the content inside of the article, it won't be whatever preparing the article in the whatever preparing the content in the article, it won't be related to the site actually. So for example section and article, so for example if you take the Amazon Prime, some website, so you might be see the some Telugu movies, Tamil movies, Kannada movies are different, right? We can say that there's a kind of a sections. Okay, kind of that. So article in the sense, if you take the some job portals, okay, job portals in the sense, so today something what you saw, they have given the some job vacancies and some. So if you open job portals, we are having the different articles. So companies, different companies giving the some different articles. Okay, so both are useful for. So based on the situation, we can go to the either section or the article. Okay, so now come back to the again. So aside. So I'm saying that aside element in the sense like a so I'm going to show the one PDF document, so for the understanding purpose. So if you just feel that this is the one kind of a website, some situation, what will happen, right? You have to create the content side of the web application. So that situation, we are going to use the aside element. So whatever are writing the section, articles, paragraphs, spans, strongs, but everything that's in the main area. So if you wanted to write the anything, or if you want to write any content in the side of the web application, then we are going to use the aside. So for example, again, if you are going to our application in my customer project, I have taken the aside. So if you take the aside, right, something, this content. So this is nothing but the aside. Okay, I wanted to prepare the assay. So as of now, this is I have taken some styles. So just ignore the styles, green color, something, everything. Just ignore the styles. Okay. So aside, how we are going to prepare the aside into the web application. Okay. So for that, just I'm going to copy this. So already I'm having the content. I'm going to copy this one and paste into the application here. I'm just going to copy and paste here. Okay. So again, so I'm just copy and paste here. And so I'm going to save here. So aside, which is useful for this kind of indication. If you wanted to prepare the content sidebar of the web just imagine that this is a web application aside. This is the main area, header and footer. Header and footer I will tell to the next lecturers. So as of now, just think about the aside. Okay, so now I'm going to save it here. Okay, I'm saving here. Now let me see this into the output. Actually, just imagine that whatever write in the code, I'm not creating the css. Just these are all the purely html. All are purely html. It don't have any styles. I can apply the styles after some time. Okay, so now I have created the in business. So as of now, see that this I have got it, that one. But it didn't come the side of the web application, right? Actually, so it will come aside based on the styles. When I'm going to apply the styles, it will come to the in this area. So keep in mind, whenever you are working that, always you have to focus on the browser along with the search engines. So whenever I'm going to, these are all the semantic tags, actually semantic tags. So semantic tags in the sense, search engines can able to understand that. So whatever writing the content inside of the aside, so search engines, they understood that, okay, you are writing the something content which is related to the side of the web application. When are writing the code into the article, search engines think that, okay, that is the code related to the regarding to the articles. When I'm writing the code into the sections, the search engines, they will treat that based on the element name. So okay, when you're writing the something, when I'm going to Google, when I'm going to something type, okay, something I'm going to type, so it will be searchable based on the element. Okay, what, so based on that it will give the result set to us. Okay, so now I'm going to prepare the aside. So I wanted to make this something quotation for that. So I wanted to make this something quotation. Up to here I wanted to make this something quotation. So for writing the quotation, we are having the one html element, that is a block element. Block quotation, sorry, block quote. Okay, I wanted to make this something block quote element. So block quote in the sense it will give the something quotation to us. So I'm writing the some quotation. Again, I'm going to do the some format. See, by default, see this section is not in the correct format document, right? So block out is came to the something, it's came to the here. Okay, so if I'm going to right click and the format document, see that what will happen. So it is coming to the correct format, right? So that's it. So I'm going to save that and see that it will get the something. So something, I got the you know I got the something quotation in this quotation. If you wanted to apply the Bill Gates over here also, that's no problem. You can apply here. Okay, something, you got the something quotation. So this is a kind of a side. So don't think that I'm not applying. So visualization, everything is same, but think that I'm going to use the CSS to make the website is uh, feel and good. Okay. So I did the aside black coat, and one more section is we have to discuss about the uh, this thing list. So list elements. So list elements, I'm saying that list elements. Some situation, what will happen, right? So for example, list element in the sense, if you see that our application list elements in the sense, uh, home, services, employment, history, employee list, registration. Those are all the lists actually. What are the list items? What are the menu items in our application in the sense? We can say these all six list items. So for example, if you are still confused on that, so let me open the Word document, something Word document. Um, so this is the Word document. If you open Word document, if you see that this is a list actually. So this is a bullet list, number list, definition list, something. These are called as a list. So can we create the list in the HTML? So like the Word document, can I create the list into the HTML? We can create the list into the HTML also, like order list, like 1 2 3 is called as a order list actually. This is the unorder list. And this is a something kind of a definition list, we will say in the HTML. We can create the list into the our HTML also. Okay, by how we are going to create the list into the our HTML, right? So for that, just I'm going to create the one more one more file for avoiding the confusions. I'm going to create the one more new file. I'm going to create the new file. I'm going to say that some list items or something. I'm going to give the name like that. So let me create the one new file. So for creating the new file in the HTML, in this VS Code, go to the folder where you are open the folder. The first icon is the which icon this which this icon is useful for to create the new file. Okay, so if you mouse over there, you can get the intelligence new file. Just click on the new file here, new file. I'm going to create the new file for preparing the list. Just now we have seen the Word document that I wanted to prepare the some list. Okay, I wanted to see that list into this HTML file. So I'm going to write down the something list. So list, and I'm going to say that demo.html. So I'm giving the hyphen here. So hyphen, keep in mind whenever you are working the real-time projects, again I'm saying that when you are writing the file, whatever coding you write, whatever you are writing the code in the in the HTML, that's also good, but making the file name, that is a very highly important. So people, when you are working in the organization, you are not only the person working in the project. You are, so many guys are under in your project, maybe they are your colleagues or anyone. So if you make the file name is correct, people, every people can understand. So when you're writing the file name, everything, don't be give the abc.html, xyz.html, some test.html or something. Okay, give the some proper name. Okay, so I'm just giving the list demo. Okay, so list demo in the sense something I'm going to prepare the list and demo. So list items I'm going to work on that. So that's why I'm giving the list demo. I'm giving the list demo, done, and press enter. That's it. So it will, by default it will give the something empty. So I have to start here, right? So for starting onwards, so just I'm going to copy paste here. So without time waste, I'm going to copy paste here something code here. So basic setup, I'm going to do some basic setup, some basic setup, basic setup. Okay, so let me go to the right click and format document. So here in the body section, I'm going to prepare the list items. So how we are going to prepare the list items? Okay, so how we are going to prepare the list items? Okay, so for that, already I'm having this some something sample text content. So just I'm going to copy paste for that. Um, so I'm having this some sample content. Try to understand this one. So I'm going to make this something H1. I give the H1 order list. In the H1 order list, I'm saying that order list. I'm going to give the step 1, step 2, step 3, unordered list. I've given the item 1, item 2, item 3, and item 4. Definition list, I've given this. This is just a sample text. That's it. Let me show you the output, how it's look like the output. So for that, I don't want to show into the index.html. So because this is whatever the code, this is my code is not in the index.html. That code is available in the list demo. So I have to open this list demo. I don't want to open the index.html. Okay, right click here. Again, list demo. I wanted to open the list demo, not the index.html. Open with live server. So it redirect to the list demo. See this, now this is the output right now. Okay, so now I wanted to make this is as a something. This is a purely text content. I wanted to make this as a list items. Okay, so for that we are having the different list. For the reference, just go to the Word document, we can see the different list. So order list, unordered list, and definition list, kind of that multi-level list, you can say that. So now step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I wanted to make this as an order list. So for that, we are having the element in the we are having the one element in the HTML, that is the order list element. So for how we are going to write that in the sense, just to type the OL. OL in the sense order list. So see that code how it's look like order list, and open and close to the text to the text, and I'm making that this is the just I'm feeling that this is a list item. Step 1 is the list item. This is a list item. This is called as a list items. These are called as a list items. Okay, in the order list, I'm making the step 1 is the one kind of a list item. I'm going to making the list. one is the step one is the one kind of a list item, and step two also one kind of a list item, and step three also one kind of a list item. Keep in mind whenever writing the code, syntax should be proper way. Okay, do not give the syntax like this. Okay, we don't have the I, we don't have this kind of a syntax, proper syntax. When you're writing the code, give the proper syntax. Li in the sense list item. Okay, we are having the list item element. So now right click and format document. So it will give the correct format document. So I'm going to give the list item. Okay, now see that it, see now see that step one, step two, step three, I'm making as a list item under the order list. Okay, so header section I have given the order list for the understanding purpose. Heading section. Okay, so save all here. See that you by default I didn't give the 1 2 3 4. By default it has added here 1 2 3 4, like Word document. The by default how it's look like 1 2 3 4, right? 1 2 3 4 it will come. If you are going to write and if it is in the Word document, it will come 1 2 3 4, right? The same way HTML also it will come like that. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so for example, if you wanted to type, so like a caps lock, if you wanted to, if you are stop with the type ABCD, you can type the ABCD. That's up to your risk. Okay, so we are having the different types. So if you don't want any types, I wanted to make the 1 2 3 4, you can give that. So by default it will attach to 1 2 3 4. This is the order list. Coming to the unordered list, so unordered list in the sense it will be coming as unordered list, so it won't have the something, it won't have the proper order, it will be in the unordered list. So it let me see the item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. This is not the kind of a steps, it is kind of items or unordered list. So based on the situation you have to select the which kind of list do you have, you wanted to, which kind of list do you have to select. That's up to in our hands. Okay, so I wanted to make the unordered list. For example, unordered list. So for making the unordered list in the HTML, we are having the unordered list element UL, that is indicates with the UL. So UL in the sense unordered list, unordered list. So U and L, unordered list. So unordered list. So I'm going to unordered list this one. Okay, so again item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 3, item 4. So here, so I'm going to making the, again this is a list item. I'm going to give the list item. See that how it's look like. Okay, so list item. So again list item. This is the unordered list. Okay, so again this is the list item. This is the unordered list. Okay, again right click, format document. Format document in the sense it will give the correct format to me. So again save. See that by default it is coming as a something circular related icons. This is item 1, so it doesn't have any order, it will come the order. This is unordered list, it doesn't have the any steps or something 1 2 3 4 or ABCD, it won't come like that, unordered list. Okay, so again you might be have the one more doubt. can i create can I create list within the list? So I wanted to create the list within the list. So line number step 2, otherwise I can come to the step 2 or step 3. I wanted to create the list inside of the list. Can I create that? Can I create the element within the another element? Can I do that? Yes. I said that yes, right? So can I create the element into another element? Yes. So the same way, can I create the element within the element? Here I wanted to create the list, another list. Yes, we can create the list into the another list. So order list, again I'm saying that order list. So I'm going to tell to the list so step 1.1. I'm saying that step 1.1 and step 1.2 or something. So control S, say that, see that again. Step 2 I given the, so I can create this list again. I can create the list within another list. Even unordered list also I can create that, no problem. If you want to implement the unordered list into the list, yeah, we can do that. That's no issue. So unordered list here. here unordered list. Let me prepare the proper document. So format document. So unordered list here. Let me, I'm going to copy paste here. Otherwise, copy and paste here. Stop this step. I'm going to give the item. So proper name. So proper name should be there, right? So item. I'm going to the child item. I'm saying that child item or something. Child item. Even you can make the unordered list also. That's no issue. Okay. Even you can make the unordered list. You can create the unordered list into the UL also. Order list also. That's no issue. Okay. So I can prepare the this way. Okay. Now back to the definition list. So definition list in the sense, if you wanted to define the something, define the list with the key value. So you know that, right? The step one in the sense you don't know what is the step one. You wanted to make this something, you wanted to make this some key value. So what is the key? What is the value? So I'm taking some term and I have taken some description. Term in the sense, what is the key? The this term have the some description. These term have the some description. So how we are going to define the definition list in the sense, again we are having the definition list in the HTML. Definition in the HTML. So for that, I'm going to take the definition list. First of all, I'm going to take the definition list. So actually definition list contain to the two items. So that is the data definition and the data description. So like a list UL like a LI, it's contained to the data definition and data term and data description. Definition term and definition description. So the way how we are going to define the definition term in the sense, so it will coming as a DT. Okay, so see that how it's look like. So data term and data description. So I'm going to differentiate. It's having the two elements. So again, data definition, DT. Okay. So again, this is one data. Let me format the document. Okay, see that output. We have this something. So term one contain the one description. Term contains some keywords. So here, what is the meaning of step one? Doesn't have the anything, right? Step one, it doesn't have. What is the step one? If you want to give the something description, order list don't support like that. So if you wanted to give the something description based on the something term, so we can go to the data, sorry, definition term. So this is the definition list. So these are the main list into the HTML. Okay. So one more thing is, so this is the list. So if you again, I'm going to collapse here. So I'm using the three things: order list, unordered list, definition list. Definition list is the main. So all three are the list related items only. Okay. So this is called as a key, and this is as called as a value. So I'm making the term one which contain this description. Term two which contain the description too. So when you are working with that, so you can change your text also, your own. If you wanted to change the text, you can change the text. So when you're writing the code, that's up to your wish. Okay. So again, coming back to the application here, our project, if you see that right image, so I'm seeing that image, this image, how we are going to insert this image into the our application. How we are going to use this kind of image into the our application. Image, how we are going to insert the image into the application. How we are going to insert the image into the application. So for that, I'm going to create again. I'm going to create again one HTML file. I don't want to disturb this HTML file. I don't want to disturb this HTML file because of we are going to practice, right? If I'm going to club all the code into the one single HTML, right, you will get the confusion. So that's why I'm going to separate that each and everything. Okay. So I'm going to define the again how we are going to insert the image into the project, any project. Okay, so for that, let me go to the uh, one uh, one file that's, let's say that images demo.html. And one more thing is, do not give the space. Don't give the space. If you give the space, what will happen? Right, this character, when you are going to open the browser, it will give the some percentage 20 or something. So for example, see that when I'm going to, I have saved here, let me say I'm not giving the hyphen, I'm going to just, I have given the just space. See that what will happen. So just I'm going to enter. See that I didn't give the hyphen. I'm going to open that into the browser. See that what will happen. See that images, then percentage 20 is there instead of the space. So keep in mind, don't give the spaces between to the words. Give the something, some special character hyphen. So my recommendation is give the hyphen. Okay, don't give the spaces. If you give the spaces, you will get the confusion. Okay, so now I'm going to give the hyphen. I'm going to remove the space. I'm going to give the hyphen. Okay, so enter. So now see that I'm going to open to live server. Now see, so people easily can understand. So see, what is the earlier images percentage 20 scheme instead of the space. Percentage 20 in the sense, this is a kind of a it's a space, is a space, it's a kind of a decode related character. So you just ignore that. So as of now, so just give the some special character when you are differentiate two keywords. Okay, so I'm going to create the images here. So again, back to the application here. When I'm going to create the new file, first icon, a near it folder, the same line, near it folder, and click on new item. So here I'm going to create the one more thing is for the images. So I'm going to copy existing code, a copy up to header tag here, up to header tag, and paste the body here, and the HTML body here. And I'm going to work on the images, right? So this kind of images. So for that, what is the option we are going to use in the sense in the HTML? We are going to use the image related element, image element, image element. Again, image is a self tag. It's a self element. It doesn't have the any close tag. It doesn't have any close tag. It's a self tag. So like a body is the element it contains to the open tag and close tag, right? Image don't have like that. So like a meta image also kind of that. So image here. So let me comment this one. So first of all, let me take the one image for the understanding purpose. I need the image, right? So let me take the one image. So here I'm going to attach the one image here in my application. So already I'm having the images in my application. I'm going to take that. Uh, okay, so I'm going to take the one icon. So I have taken that. Uh, so when you are having the in your if you can download from the Google also, but why I'm taking exactly this image in the sense I'm having the image in my local machine. Okay, I'm taking that. So I'm going to copy paste here. Uh, P and paste into the application. So here, where is the local location folder? This one. So HTML classes here in this folder. I'm working on that right here in this folder. I'm going to copy and paste here. Okay, I'm having this some copy and paste here. Some some employee image. Okay, so okay, if you wanted to, I'm going to open the image for you for showing the image. So this is the image. I'm having the image. Okay, I'm going to insert this image into the HTML. Okay, so this is I have downloaded from the Google. So if you want, you can download any kind of image. Okay, so I'm create the employee image. So employee image. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this. So this is I have pasted into the HTML. So wherever my physical folder is there, so as of now images index listed down. So in that location I have pasted. Okay. Now back to our application here. So you can see the images. So I just now have copy pasted. It has impacted to the Visual Studio Code as well. Okay. So now I'm going to work on the image. So I wanted to display the image. I wanted to display the image into the document. Okay, so for that I'm going to use the uh, image element. So when I'm going to working on the comment, so when I work in the comment, right, just now I have created the comment, right? So if you wanted to create the comment, we are having the shortcut key called as a control uh, KC. This is for commenting the code. Control KC. I did the just control KC. If you wanted to uncomment the code, that is a control KU. Okay, control KU. So control KC, control KU, control KC, control KU. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. So I'm making this is all the comment section. So images, right? So control KU here. So I need to first of all, what is the attribute we are going to use for displaying the image into the document? Okay, what is the what is the you know what is the what is the thing we are going to use for to display the image into the document. So we are going to take the help of the src attribute. So src attribute in the sense source, where is the exactly this image is available. Okay, so as of now I know that image is available in the same folder, html folder. Okay, just copy the image and paste here. So copy and paste here. So I'm going to, this is actually PNG format, this image in the PNG format, that's it. Control S. So I got the image. I got the image, same document. Okay. So if you wanted to make the height and the width of the image, you can have the different attributes. So I'm making the split here for understanding. So making the attribute. So we are having the different attributes. If you want to make the height something, something height you wanted to make this some 500, you can do the, you can give the 500. Okay, if you wanted to give the some width, you can give the width also. So height and width are the attributes, right? Attributes, what is the use of the attribute? Attributes which will give the attributes, what is the use of the attribute? Attributes will give the something information about the element to the browser. So what kind of information I'm getting from the image? I'm getting the information for the image. Three kind of attributes I'm getting. The first attribute source. The source is the attribute value, attribute name. What kind of attribute value? This is the imply image. So which is already we know that this is available in the same folder. And what are the another information? Height is the 500 and width is the 200. So I'm making the 500 and 200. So in this way I can show the image into the application. Okay, so for example, if I'm going to create the one new folder, so just for example, see that I'm coming to the src here, src this folder section. So in case if I'm going to give the another name, proper name, some I'm going to give the employee, I'm going to the employee 123. Okay, actually this kind of image is not available in the my folder. So instead of that, you can see that there is no image. You can see here so something empty, right? You are going to say in this situation what you have to write, you have to give the something alternative text to the user. Some situation what will happen, that maybe images may not be available in the particular locations. So in that case what will happen, that images it won't be load into the web browser. So alternatively what you have to write, you have to tell to the user in the sense client, our clients. Whoever use our application, those are our clients. Whenever you are working the virtues or whenever working in the some Google, Microsoft is your client, you have to tell to the clients. So what you have to going to tell in the sense, something employee image or something employee image, something I have given the something alternative message. So employee image. So people think that okay, this image is related to the employee. Okay, this kind of information if you want that you can give the by using the alt. Okay, so now if you are going to so remove that 1 2 3, so this employee is image is available. This alt it won't be available. Okay, this is alternative text. If you want to give the alternative text, you can give the by using the alt attribute. And see, these are under attribute sources for the source related where the image is exactly available. As of now, image is exactly available in the HTML folder, and height and width and alt. So for example, I wanted to move this image into the another. Okay, so let me create the one, not the file. I'm going to create the one folder. I'm going to create the one folder. Let me say that folder name is images. See that second thing is this is a new file. This is the folder. See, if you see that this is a folder structure. Okay, this is the folder structure. See, this is the folder structure. This is the file section. So keep in mind, this is the refresh. Some situation, if you are the files, if you want to refresh the entire the thing, you can refresh. This is the folder. Okay, this is the file. Now what I'm doing, I've created the image. I create the image. Okay, so in the images, what I'm going to write, I'm going to just drag and drop this file into the images. Okay, so it will ask to me whether are you sure want to move employee image png to the images. Yes, I'm going to move. So I moved that. Now see that it is not showing again. Actually, again coming to the real time scenarios every time. So when you are working the images related, you should create the one folder structure. You should create the one folder structure, and you have to move those images into the that folder structure only. You can say that images, you can say if you want to give the images something, if you want to give the another name, you can give the another name as well. So everything. So as of now I'm giving the images. I moved the employee image to the images folder. So actually when I'm going to move this, here also I need to update sources. So as of now, by default, earlier what happened that employee image is directly available in HTML folder. Now this is not directly available in the HTML folder. It's available into the images folder. Okay. Now if I refresh, now I got it. This is the image. Okay. Now again, come back to the here. If you wanted to give the, if you wanted to give the something caption, if you wanted to group, I can say that. See, earlier we have learned about the what is the section which is useful for to group the something content by making the heading section and the description. Okay, the same way, if you wanted to group the images, I wanted to group the images. I'm having the 5 images. So 5 images in the sense, tomorrow I'm having the employee related symbol. So again, tomorrow, I mean, after tomorrow, I'm going to add one more image. So I wanted to give the something caption. Okay, I wanted to give the something caption. So for that, can we create the caption for that in the sense? We can create the caption for that also. That's no issue. I mean, we can, what I mean that we can create the, groups to the images also. Not only the text, we can create the groups to the images also. So how we are going to group the images? How we are going to group the images? So in the sense, so back to the application here. So here I'm going to group the images. So not only the text content, we can group the images also. So for that grouping the images, I can go to the figure tag in the HTML. So by using the fig tag, I can group the image. So for example, I wanted to display group in the sense, what is the advantage in the sense? I can create the, caption for that image. So how we are going to make the caption, how we are going to make this as a one little one group in a sense. See that I'm going to go to the I'm going to use the one figure related element, which will useful for us to create the caption to the element. So I'm going to see that. So I'm going to what kind of caption I wanted to give in the sense. So employee service. So see that what will happen here. See that I got the employee services related caption for the image. I did the something group. make the what kind of group I did that. I did this something group. I make this is one group, this image. What is the kind of what is the kind of group in the sense? This group content to the image and the caption. This group content the what is the group name? Figure, not the section, not the article, anything. This is a figure. So figure in the fig, I say that image under the fig. One is called as a figure and fig caption. Okay, let me format this document again. So this way, fig caption, employee service, whatever you want. If you want to employee services 1 2 3 4 something, if you want, then you can get it that. So always how we are going to automatically it's reflected in the sense I'm doing the control less actually. So I'm pressing control less actually. I'm doing the shortcut key. So that's why it is affecting. So if you do the control less in the sense save, automatically it will update. So I'm going to remove this one 1 2 3 4. See this here, it's indicated the one icon. So that means that this file is, if you even if you are going to here mouse over also, this file is unsaved. See if you mouse over, if you see that explorer, whenever you are working that night, this is the little things you have to understand. Okay, this one, that means that one file is not saved still that. Okay, so when you're going to mouse over, you can get that what is the file name, one unsaved file something. So I'm going to save, control S, it will gone. After that we can see the output. Okay, so now this is the figure. So if you wanted to apply the one more images, many images, so if you want to apply the another images also, you can apply, that's no issue. So if you want to apply the any, if you wanted to add the one more image here, if you wanted to create the one image here, that's no issue, you can add that. Okay, this is the way we are going to create the images. Okay, so this is the thing we have to know. And how we are going to apply the styles. So I'm going to take the 10 minutes time, 8:45 I'm going to end. So how we are going to apply the basics, I'm going to explain the very basics about the style as of now. Tomorrow I will explain the other styles. Okay, so very basics, very basics. So let me back to the some index.html first file what I have created, right? Otherwise I'm going to create the uh, one folder structure for the HTML. So what I'm going to write, I'm going to create the one folder here. I'm going to create one folder. Um, I'm going to take the something basics. Okay, basics. I'm going to create one basics folder. I'm going to move all these folders into this folder section. Okay, so as of now, up to here basics, I didn't touch the any CSS. Now I'm going to create the one folder. So again, if you wanted to show the output, right click, you can see the output. So you can see the output, you can see that open live server. If you see this icon. Now earlier basics is not there. Now I have created the folder. I moved the file into the basics. That's the reason URL is showing this thing this way. Okay. Why I did that? Why? What is the question? Why I did in the sense for understanding the code. That's it. Okay. So I'm going to create the CSS basics thing. So for that, let me create the one folder structure for that. So what is the folder structure in the sense? What I can give. So I'm going to create the styles folder. So here, not the basics, so styles. I'm going to the style separate folder, separate folder. So styles. So I'm going to create the one styles. So this is a separate folder. I didn't touch the basics. Still, as so far what we have discussed, I moved this code into the basics. Okay. So styles. So in the styles, let me create the one sample file, something styles sample or something. Styles sample. Okay. So styles sample. There is sample style demo dot html. Okay. Style demo dot html I have created. Okay. So now for this, what I want, right? I am having the already I'm having the one sample file for this for time. I'm going to copy and paste on some code. Already I'm on the some code. Code in the sense nowadays this is what yeah, so far what we have discussed, this code something. Okay, so see this code. I'm having the documentation type control A. First of all, format document, you can get the idea. Okay, so I'm having the style. I'm taking the one style demo.html file here, body section which contain to the heading and one subheading, some multiple paragraphs. These paragraphs I have taken from the Google. Again, one order list. Sorry. So every element we have discussed. Every element we have discussed. Okay. So I'm going to working on the styles right now. So for that, so what is the meaning of exactly what is the meaning of style in the sense? When I'm going to the project, if you see that header section here, by default it's not in the black color, that's in the green color. How it is possible in the sense? Because of the style. So I make this as one style makes, I said that make the color is equal to something green color. So that's the reason this text has affected is the green color. Okay, so for example, this thing. So the same way how we are going to do this into the by using this style. So for that, I have created the one folder. That is I have created one styles related folder. Within that, I have placed the one HTML file. So come back to the how we are going to make this as a one style. How we are going to make this as a green color. So by default, I'm going to show that into the output. So I'm going to open to this in the output. So for that, go into the output. So right click to the expected HTML. Do not click on another side of HTML. So don't open the index.html and see the code, whatever you are writing the code. Don't see this code into the index.html. So whatever you want that, just right click and open that into the live server. So it will redirect to the browser. Okay. So and always focus on the URL. If you know the URL, you can get the what is the code. Just focus on the URL. So in this URL, in the styles folder, I'm having this style.html file. This is giving the this kind of output. Okay, this kind of output. So how I'm going to do working on this. Okay, so now back to the application here. So I wanted to make this as a green color. Okay, green color. A heading is a green color. So for that, body section H1, H2 is a subheading. Two paragraphs, in the sense these two paragraphs. Again, one heading. I'm having the one heading. This is the output. Whatever I write in the output, this is impacted here. Heading. H2 is the one heading. H1, what is the difference between H1 and H2 in the sense both are related to the header sections only, but the font size is very low. So font size is different. There is some difference between the font only. Both are related header section. We are going to use that. So one is the paragraph, and I have taken the order list. Okay, why in the sense it is coming in the sense I have using this kind of a option, collapse and expand. So expand, collapse, expand, collapse. Okay, so come back to the heading section here. So the way how we're going to write the green color. So the way how you are making the style to the particular area, the main important that select the element, which element do you want to apply the style. I'm taking the style is equal to H1. So H1 here, I'm going to style. So I'm taking, we are having the one attribute. I'm saying that attribute terminology. I said that, right? So I'm taking the attribute H1 attribute always you should be followed by the space with attribute name, and in the double quotation just give the what is the style do you want to apply. So this style I wanted to apply the background color is equal to background color. I wanted to make the green. I wanted to make the background color is equal to green. So I have taken this style. So in the what is the main advantage of the HTML in the sense, all the keywords are related to the simple English words. English words. If you style in the sense, everybody can understand what is the style of this element. Very with all the words which are in the HTML, that is a very simple English words. Okay. The style I'm going to use the style. So what is the background color? I wanted to make this as a background color. Background color I wanted to make this a green. So like this. So green I want to make the green color. So the how we are going to do that in the sense green. So background color green. That's it. So background color is called green. So actually I use the background color. You want the color is equal to the font. So green. Okay, so it's contain the green. So I just use the color green. So how we are going to define the style in a sense? This is called as a key. So I'm going to write the syntax here. So how we are going to define the uh, how we are going to define the styles syntax? How the syntax? So normal thing in this, just now when you are going to use the image, you are see that kind of a syntax, right? Image something dash 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 something PNG format something. Okay, so all the attributes are like this height. Okay, so something height, just now we have seen, right? Height or something, just so same way here style. So src height is equal to 500. So the way of you see that value is something different which is followed. So when you're going to apply the style, you should say that what is the style you are going to apply. So whether you wanted to make the color, I'm saying that color I'm saying that green. So that is game. So otherwise if you want to say the one more style, so I wanted to make the something font family. So font family in the sense this one. So I wanted to make this some font family. So this was a font family. So I wanted to by default font family I wanted to make the some Arial. So color is called green color. I wanted to font family is called Arial. So you need to tell to that in the here you need to tell to that take the font family Arial. See that now you see that how it's look like. See that. So no worries. You no need to worry about Arial, this kind of keyword also. Even I don't know that. But Visual VS Code, what is the advantage in the sense? It will give the intelligence for you. So for example, if you wanted to times New Roman, so just times New Roman. So it will give the intelligence. Just to select that. That's it. So I wanted to make the Times New Roman font. So Times New Roman font family. This is called as a font family. So otherwise, if you wanted to give the font size, same thing, font size. So I wanted to give the font size is equal to font size. I wanted to give this a very larger, very larger font size. So extra, sorry, XX. So otherwise, I will give the something 400. See that the font size is very big. See that very big. So otherwise let me give the something 200. So font size always is followed with the pixels. So this one. So font size in the sense this one. If you take the Word document again, if you understand this thing 11 whatever saying that, right, this is the kind of a font size. This is the font family. Okay, this is the font family. This is the font size. Okay, this is the font size. This is the font family. The same way I did it into the HTML. Okay, so I don't want the font size as of now. I don't want that. Just I'm going to remove that font size. Okay, so I'm going to make the two only. So one is the green color and one more thing is font family is called to temps. So in this way, you can apply the style to the particular element. So I'm applying the style to the particular element. Style, when you're writing the style, keep in mind what is the key value followed by the this semicolon. This will call as a I think it is a semicolon. So one second, even I forgot the keyword of this. Anyone know what is the name of this one? What is this colon? You can say that this is a colon, not the semicolon. Semicolon in the sense it will come as a what is a semicolon in the sense this is the semicolon. This is the semicolon. Okay, this is the colon. So I'm going to remove that. So what is the syntax of how we are going to define in the sense key followed by the colon and we write the value should be ends with the semicolon. And if you want to write the one more style for that h1 element, you can write that. So as of now, I create the color and font family. So font family is the key. Font family is the key. What is the name I have given? I have given the Times New Roman. Okay. So in this way, you can define that. If you want to apply the any extra, you know, font also, you can, if you wanted, you can. So I'm going to apply the background color. I'm going to apply the background color, something yellow. You can apply the background color also. That's no problem. You can, if you want, then you can apply. So background color yellow. So this h1 tag contain to the three three key and value. So what is the style? What are the keys? I'm having the background color, color, and font family. Okay. In this way, we can define the style to the elements. Okay. So I will explain the styles more into the tomorrow class. Okay. So this is just for understand the way how we are going to implement the style, in the sense we have to select the control, and so we have to select the element. In the element, by using the style attribute, we can apply the style. So style, in the sense, what are the how we are going to apply the attribute value to the style, in the sense key followed by the value. So key, what is the key? You have to select. I'm taking the color and I have taken the value. So that's up to us. Okay. So and so here I have taken the background color, color, and font family. Okay. So if you are not understanding this one still, just open the Word document, try to understand these options. This is the font family, this is the font size. Okay. So in this way we can do that, and the same way we can apply into the so tomorrow I will explain the CSS only again. So the way how we are going to implement the same style into the entire the document. So for example, I wanted to apply the styles to the another elements also. I wanted to apply the same style to the H1 element also, but I don't want to copy paste. How we are going to do that? So the way. So okay. So in this way we can discuss on tomorrow class. So if you want the styles here, so just I'm going to apply this some style to the body. This one body. See that how the way how we're going to be impacted. Style. I'm going to apply the something. Um, uh, I'm going to apply the background color to the entire the document, not on the HTML, entire the document. See that what will happen. Okay, save. See this entire document will be impacted. Okay, that is the style. Okay. So in this way we can. So tomorrow also I will discuss something little about style. Okay. So anyone have any doubts? I can discuss here. Anyone have any doubts? Today class or yesterday class? Anything? And anyone is facing the issue about the software, VS Code software, for downloading and installing? Anything is okay. Just feel to free to ask to me. Yeah.
Yeah, Madan.
Someone is speaking. Yeah, Prakash, do you have any doubts?
Yeah, Madan, if I want to insert image, it should be PNG format or it can be anything okay.
Image, yeah, it can be anything, image format and PNG format. But keep in mind, whenever working with the images, first of all, as a developer, we have to always focus on the size of the image. That's a good question. What you are asking, that's a very good question. So whenever so if you, why I have taken particularly this image, why I have taken, in the sense, why I have taken this image, in the sense, I always, as a developer, I always keep in mind that what is the size of this. If you take the JPEG or thing, so I feel that 16 KB is enough for me. So keep in mind, whenever working the images, take the any image which contains the some size is very less. If you are taking the JPEG, or if you are taking the different file formats, that might be, that size might be big, but preferable size is take the very low related size. Okay, so when you're working the organization, they will give you the images. No worry about the images. So only company. So your I mean your team leader or your manager or your technical architect. So images, they will give you the images. Just you have to apply the image into the image element. That's it. Okay. So so where you are the developer. So if you want to implement the image, I will give you the image. Okay. That's but I have taken the PNG file here and I didn't take the JPEG. Because of why, in the sense, when I'm going to open the, so if I'm going to have the images, so which contain this browser, when I'm, so that will be impact to the performance as well. If I'm going to take this something 2 GB related image, just I'm speaking, that's it, 2 GB, the which contain the 2 GB, the file, I mean image won't be take that kind of 2 GB, just I'm saying that file which contain the 2 GB. When I'm going to load the 2 GB related data into the my browser, it will be definitely impact to the performance of the application. So whenever you work in the application, keep in mind, always focus on the document. So when I'm going to open the file, so whenever I'm going to open the my document, so all the files which is related to the this document, preferable things, in the sense you have to make the your images is very less size images. Okay, we should not take the large images. So even if you are having the large images, we have to convert that JPEG to the, if you are giving the, some people give the JPEG or something, we have to convert that JPEG to the PNG or something by using the different tools. We have to convert that into the, we need to reduce that, and we have to apply that image into the our application. After that, based on the situation, we can make the height and width based on the our CSS. We are having the height and width properties, right? Height and width attributes. Based on that, we can adjustment. But the thing is, always focus on the performance of the document. If you have the 2 GB image, it will be definitely impact of the performance, because of that image need to be loaded into the document. Okay, so that's the reason I have taken this one. Anyone have the another doubts? Anyone? That's a good question. Okay. Uh, just I'm going to give the this code to you. Okay, just to check this code and implement your own self. If you are having any doubts, just to cross check this code and see the what I did. And so tomorrow I will continue to explain about the CSS. So tomorrow, first of all, before coming to the class, just to check that this one. So right click here, inspect element. Just to cross check if you are having any articles, anything. Just to cross check. Select the element. As of now I'm going to select the H1. Come to the styles here, see element section, styles here. Try to understand these things. Try to understand what is this. This is called as a box actually. So what, right hand side, select the element, select the any kind of element, and try to understand what is this. Okay, I will explain this tomorrow. Okay, so what is this margin, border, padding, what is the color? So I have created the color green font family. It was affected into the style section of the browser. Not only this, not only that. So if you go to the if you are feeling that I'm working our project, if you are going to any project, okay, so for example, right click. So it won't take the 1 minute. Okay, just right click, and so what is this actually? Just try to implement yourself. So just to take that. So if you see that, so right hand side styles are there. Okay, so here, so right click and for right, just I'm going to click. So this mark, click on this and mouse over to the particular element here and check that. So what is the style this one? So what is the section of this style? Just try to understand exactly what is this. Okay, tomorrow I will explain this. Okay. So if I'm going to remove the green, if I'm going to just try to apply the something